Show brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Saved My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Very nice to have you along with us. What a difference a day makes. Boy, the technology is working fine, and the video is up and running. Go to experiencepros.com to watch the show live.
And no kidding what a difference a day makes. Your attitude, you're so pleasant to be around today.
When the technology goes...
So does Eric.
Askew. I tend to go with it. It's true. It's true. But good things are happening, and
okay,
wow.
But you needed to know that even though we were having some technology issues,
right,
really only you knew about it.
That's true.
I mean, it really impacted very few people.
We kept it a secret.
Well, it's private, you know, and there's just some things you just don't share. And so the show was still very much alive and well on the radio.
That's right.
It went well. For those that tuned into our website and saw the Fan Bragging Friday video on our website,
right,
kind of caught on, and there's other places you can find us on the web.
Absolutely, we're all over the place.
We are all over the place. You can stream us. You know, there's different apps that you can find. There's different websites you can use. So the technology, even though we were having a little bump in the road, and Eric was feeling really bumpy, or whatever Eric feels when that happens, you managed to hold your composure.
I saw a composer yesterday.
Stay composed over the air.
Yes.
So, yeah, but it's good to have you back today.
Thank you. Nice to be back. Everybody's happy. Everybody's, the little blue lights on the cameras on. It's all good.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you saw a composer.
I did. I went to they had a big shindig for musical folks.
Did you know? Did you know that's what you were walking into?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, did you go on purpose?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, Gabriella Grieve, who is the daughter of my best friend, is one of the violinists for Highlands Ranch High School, and they had this gathering of all the best high school students from all around this area over at Betcher Concert Hall, and wow.
Well, you know what?
It's amazing.
I will tell you, when I got all three of my children have participated in the high school band and the orchestra. Well, not the orchestra. The girls play clarinet, and Michael plays the trumpet in the band. They do marching band, they do pep band, they do the music concerts, and the talent that these kids portray.
You bet your music hall.
You bet your music hall. I went on a field trip with the middle schoolers when my daughters were in middle school, and they went down to Colorado Springs, and I went on this field trip with two bus loads of middle schoolers. I was one of the chaperones for the event. And I'll tell you, off the stage, they're just normal kids. They're laughing, they're joking around, they're goofy, they're funny, they're just kind of pranksters. But the band teacher got them, like, they dress up.
Yes.
They had a dress code.
That's right.
You know, the gentlemen all wear slacks. They wear tucked-in shirts. The girls all wear very classy-looking dresses.
And then he comes out with that little pointy stick.
And they sit up tall. They've got posture, and they perform, and they pay attention, and they focus, and they just deliver beauty.
Oh, you bet your music hall. And I'll tell you what.
How many times are you going to say that?
As many times as I need to.
That's why I was curious. I'm like, did you know where you were going and why? But because for a friend, for you.
Absolutely. You bet your
again.
music hall.
Again.
You know, it was one of those amazing moments, and one of the things that I appreciated the most, and I'm going to say this over the air so that everybody can enjoy the moment with me, is somebody came up and said, listen, so many times in the media, you open up a newspaper, you turn on a television, you turn on the radio, and you hear negative things about a single renegade student or something bad happening in the schools across America. And we're not saying that those don't happen, but the gentleman said from the stage yesterday, he says, look around you. We are surrounded by hundreds times that number of positive reasons and why this, there's so many great kids, so many great things happening in the school system, and this was a celebration of that, and it brought tears to my eyes, it brought standing ovation to the entire group, and it was truly a concert that I would have paid any amount to go see.
I've said before, you find what you go looking for.
Right.
There is greatness in our children. There's greatness in our youth. There are people out there doing wonderful things every single day, lifting up people, taking care of people. More of that is what we need, and more of that is what we see when we go to these concerts.
You bet your music hall.
You
And
can.
you know what? You need to stick with us. Make sure you turn up the volume, because when we come back, we've got
I'm so
the
excited.
startup expert who's going to give you 6-figure business tips. You do not want to miss this. Tommy Wolfe coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
You want to create more in your life, and you want to do it with ease, but you aren't sure how to get there. It's time to be open to new ideas and do what Faith did. It's time to pick up your copy of the new book, What Would Faith Do? By Faith Young. Filled with inspirational stories of people just like you who overcame adversity and went on to achieve amazing things, What Would Faith Do? Will motivate you to do the same. Create an abundant life through faith. Get a sneak peek of What Would Faith Do? Or purchase a copy at, you guessed it, whatwouldfaithdo.com.
When you work from home, you run the risk of setting up a makeshift workspace in the corner or somewhere off to the side of your bedroom. It's not really a home office. It just happens to be your office at home. Let Helene's Designs help you create a productive workspace that transforms you from hobbyist into an innovative CEO ready to be featured in a magazine spread. Take charge of your home office and call Helene's Designs. You're the CEO. Make sure your home office looks like it. 720-233-7302. 720-233-7302.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
You've tried and tried to shed those 10, 20, even 50 pounds of excess weight, and like so many Americans, you're frustrated. It's no secret that the body needs to be in balance before lasting weight loss can be maintained. Let Dr. Deborah Zeff and Christy Edwards of Holistic Herbal Health help you detoxify your body and get you on the fast track to quantum weight loss. You know you can do this. Now you know someone who can help. Call Dr. Zeff and get started on your quantum weight loss today. 303-249-7742. That's 303-249-7742 or online at rootedinhealth.com.
Do you know what your own personal debt ceiling should be? 0. I'm going to surgically remove the word debt from your vocabulary. Sound like fun? Well, it is. It's called The Dave Ramsey Show. Weekdays at noon on KLZ 560, The Source.
You know, it's so inspiring to hear those debt-free screams from the Dave Ramsey Show. When you hear how people have overcome financial difficulties, it makes you realize you're not alone in those struggles and that you can do it too. That's what my show is all about in all aspects of life. Hi, everybody. This is Angie Austin. I invite you to join me on our sister station, 810 KLVZ, for The Good News. It's stories of hurt that have turned into stories of hope, stories of triumph, victory, and overcoming obstacles in your life. Tune in weekdays from 4 to 5 p.m. for The Good News with Angie Austin on our sister station, 810 KLVZ.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. That's what you expect when you tune in, the big time, and that is what we're going to deliver today.
Absolutely. We have the Startup Expert. More clients, quicker profits, and a life. That's what you get when you work with Tommi Wolfe. She's one of the speakers at the Success Unleashed Summit coming up this Saturday. You don't want to miss. Make sure you get register and purchase your tickets today for the Success Unleashed Summit at successunleashedsummit.com.
You know, Tommi, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We're so excited to have you on the show.
Good morning, Angel and Eric. Always lovely to be with you.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited every time we see, when we pull up the production schedule and see that you're on the calendar. We just get all giddy knowing that you're going to be in our presence.
Well, thank you. I'm feeling all inspired listening to you two talking about greatness in our children. That's very cool.
You bet your music hall.
Goodness.
You're so funny, Eric. Did you make that up, or is this one of your country sayings?
Oh, this is just me.
My daughter gave me a little calendar for Christmas that's got all these country sayings. Oh. That's what it sounds like. They're hilarious.
Oh, well, the Betcher family is a big name in Denver, so I just make a play on words. Tommi.
Ah, got it.
We want to know if you will help us understand how do we make the most out of our small business, and how do we attract clients, and more importantly, how do we avoid making mistakes attracting clients?
Well, it's interesting. Every time I get in front of a group of entrepreneurs, and I'm now numbering these in the thousands of entrepreneurs, I always ask the question, who loves selling? Because some people really do. They love it. But I will tell you, it's not the majority of people. I generally get 15, 20% on a good day of the audience will put up their hand. So I think it's pretty safe to say that of the thousands of entrepreneurs I've worked with, the large majority don't really like selling and don't really know how to get clients, but it does remain the number one thing you have to do to have a successful business.
I don't know any business that works if you don't sell.
Not so much.
No.
Then it's one of those uncomfortable truths that you really just have to learn how to attract clients. So Eric, the biggest mistake that I see by far is actually people using... They really have a shotgun approach to finding clients. There's no strategy. They've really never sat down and said, what is the perfect method for my business? What am I good at? And how can I systematically put together a system that will reliably get me clients? So they're sort of firing cylinders in all sorts of different directions without any particular strategy to finding clients. So that would be the biggest mistake that I see.
Well, and it's true. We see that too. You'll ask people, how do people hear about you? They'll say to us, I had a great year, or I had a difficult year, whatever it is. And we'll say, well, what did you do to either gain or lose those clients? And I'm like, well, I don't know.
Exactly.
I just don't really have a clue. So then they can't repeat it. If they have a great year, they don't know what they did, so they can't repeat it. And if they had a bad year, they don't know what they did, and they can't fix it.
And the fixing and the tweaking is everything, because you don't want to keep reinventing the wheel and trying something new. You want to get amazingly good at what you're doing, which means you need to know what you're doing that's working and what isn't.
I love how you talk about attracting clients, Tommi. I think that's just a mind shift, and it switches out that I'm out trying to sell you something that you don't need, but I'm attracting clients to me. And I think, Tommi, so often we think, well, people will hear about my product, or, as soon as they find out what I do, they're just going to want to buy from me. Isn't that attractive enough, my product or my service?
When it's totally right. I mean, everybody wishes that customers will just come and bang on their door. And I've worked with clients of mine. They just say, "Oh, I'm worried I'm going to get too many clients." And I'm like, "Don't be worrying about that."
Well, that was called the 80s.
Right, maybe, or a different time to where I grew up. But it's quite interesting because I think it's a mindset shift, Angel, but I actually think it's a technique shift as well. Because there are people who love selling and who are supremely confident and assertive enough to do an amazing job with cold calling, but it's less than 80% of us. 80% of us are going to be really uncomfortable, and I'm not meaning a little bit uncomfortable, I mean nauseatingly uncomfortable with doing that. So we need other techniques that are going to work well.
You're the only human being that I've ever heard say nauseating, and make it sound amazing. I'm not kidding,
Yes, so
Tommi.
funny. It's not made to sound amazing.
Hey,
I want
Tommi,
my clients to be really scared over this.
Tommi, you're going to be the keynote speaker over at the Success Unleashed Summit coming up this weekend on the 18th. Can you share with our listeners what it is you're going to be sharing with the people who attend?
I can, and I'm excited to share this, really. I call it my ABC of selling. But really, I want to share a technique that will help them figure out, first of all, the A is how do you attract clients? And most people use hope and prayer and all sorts of things, which I'm all for, but a bit of strategy really helps. So how do you actually figure out what's the best way to attract clients to your business? Once you've attracted them, how do you actually bond with them enough that they're actually going to do business with them? And then finally, how do you close a sale? So it's three very distinctive phases, and I'm going to walk folks through exactly picking the right techniques to attract clients in, because they don't all fit every business. And then how do you bond and how do you close? And it's very teachable, and it's reliable, and it takes the guesswork out of getting clients and gives you something that you can depend on.
You know, Eric and I have had the privilege of sitting in on many of your presentations, Tommi, and we walk away with oodles of notes and inspiration and ideas and things that any business, anybody sitting in the audience, can adapt and tweak to their own business model, because we all need more clients. We all need to create more revenue. We all need to think bigger and stop being so small and stop putting those excuses, stop allowing the nauseating activities to get in our way. And Tommi, I know you're our final keynote speaker for the morning session, and so it's kind of, the whole morning is going to be leading up to Tommi's presentation.
I'm telling you what, I think that if anybody is still on the fence as to whether or not they should attend this event on Saturday, it's $129. Jump in now, and if you bring a friend and share that, it drops down to $89.50 each. And I'm telling you, this will be life-changing for your business. It will be life-changing for your personal inspiration. You just need to meet Tommi Wolfe face-to-face.
Right. The cost of admission, just hearing Tommi speak, is worth it alone, and you will get your full day's worth just from Tommi's presentation. Now, Tommi, how do people follow up with you and get more information about the Startup Expert?
The best way is to drop me a message from my website, so that would be thestartupexpert.com. And I'd be glad to talk with anybody who's interested in really getting their business into six figures in 2014. But I also do want to just echo what you're saying on the cost of admission. You know, so often people look at the price. It's like figuring out the price of a dog. You know, if you're going to pay $500 for a Labrador and you don't look at the fact that it's going to cost you $18,000 or $20,000 over its lifetime, it seems a bit irrelevant, really. But very often, if you can learn one skill that's going to take you into six figures, the price of admission is really not the issue at all. You know, the day in your life and getting the skills and knowing what to do can be everything.
Yep. So many people just talk about it, and if you really want that success, if you really want to take that next step, you really have to do the things that are necessary to do. And I agree. I think that that this admission is nothing compared to the reward on the other side. Tommi Wolfe, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're so welcome. Always a pleasure.
Absolutely.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Yes, I'm excited to see you both.
All right, folks, when we return, your health tips coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You make all kinds of plans for your business, but have you planned for the event that you may need long-term care? Did you know that you can have long-term care insurance that offers you tax advantages and a guaranteed rate of return? Walt Wilson is a licensed agent working in the financial services segment of the insurance industry, and he's a pro when it comes to long-term care. It only takes a moment to register for the next free webinar that could literally change your financial outlook. Visit privatepensiondesign.com today and click the LTC webinar tab.
Leaders, listen up. You want to get the very best from your people, and See It Thrive can help. Address personnel challenges with confidence and unleash the best performance out of your organization, team, or individuals. See It Thrive helps you realize the possibilities of your team coming together as an unstoppable force. Reduce conflict and empower transformation. Because you work with people, make the courageous choice to See It Thrive. Call Sue Kenfield today at 303-791-2807. That's 303-791-2807. Discover and sign up for upcoming workshops at seeitthrive.com.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner. 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle one piece at a time.
Hi, this is Karen with Seniors Helping Seniors of South Metro Denver. If you or someone you know is a more mature citizen who needs a little extra hand around the house, Seniors Helping Seniors is your answer. We provide personal care, companionship, transportation, meal preparation, and more, including Alzheimer's and dementia care. And all of our helpers are seniors themselves. Licensed and trustworthy help is available at seniorshelpingSeniors.com/South Metro Denver or by calling 303-990-4561. That's 303-990-4561. Call today and let's meet.
This is Dave Logan, and I know what it's like to get home and not be able to get into the garage, right? I mean, it's especially frustrating when you're getting home from a road trip. That's why I now trust Don's Garage Doors to make sure that it never happens to me again. The LiftMaster system, along with the reliability of Don's, gives me absolute confidence that I'll always be welcomed home. Perhaps you should contact my friends at Don's Garage Doors and ask about their free keypad and remote offers while their supplies last. Find them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call them at 303-738-DOOR.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
It's a new day on KLZ, so wake up with Randy Corcoran tomorrow morning at 5 on KLZ 560, The Source.
Let's go, girls.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
I'm going out tonight. I'm feeling alright. Gonna let it all hang out.
That's right. Angel has this new skip in her step. She got a little more energy. Yes, indeed. This song is your theme song.
This is now my theme song, Charlie. I went yesterday to my doctor's appointment. I got my BioTE hormone replacement pellets.
Yes, you did.
Yesterday, and so everybody's kind of watching me to see, do I have a little extra skip in my step, and how's my energy, how's my mood, and everybody's very impressionable.
Well, I'll tell you what, I think we need the BioTE representative on the phone with us. Gunther Meuller is with us. Gunther, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello. So glad to hear that Angel finally got her pellet.
Yes, she did.
I'm like a turtle when it comes to starting something new and getting something new on my calendar. But
she came out of the office yesterday and she says, that was nothing.
Oh my gosh, that was so simple.
Yep, it's like you hardly feel anything. Most of the time when I get my hormone replacement therapy, it's like I look up at the doctor, I'm like, did you do anything yet? They're like, oh yeah, we're all done.
It's done. Yeah, it really shocked me. I was nervous a little bit about, how that would go. But I got two little pellets in there yesterday afternoon, Gunther, and I came out, and my husband Jay was waiting for me in the waiting room. I half expected you to be there too, like my little fan club. Eric was there, Jay was there. We missed you.
I'm sorry. I think I was in a meeting.
So Gunther, what's going on over at BioTE today?
Hey, we're optimizing hormones, getting a hormone balance going on, and that's really the health tip when we come talk to you every week is just we don't have to feel the way we're feeling. We do not have to suffer with the symptoms of this aging process that we have going on. After we get 30, 35 years old, we hit that 40 range, our traditional medical practitioners are going to tell us that, hey, get used to it. You're getting older. This is what it feels like. Your muscles are going to ache a little bit. Your joints are going to ache a little bit. You're not going to get out of bed as quick as you used to. You're not going to think as clearly as you used to think. And so we say, hey, that makes sense. And I guess I just got to get used to this is the way it is and deal with it. I'm here to tell you today that we do not have to age this way. BioTE Medical, we're about healthy aging. We do not have drug deficiencies. We have nutritional deficiencies, and we have a hormone imbalance going on. And the important thing to know about it, it's a very complicated subject. There's a lot of fear in the market about hormones, just because you can't believe what you read in the newspaper, and especially what you see on the internet a lot of times. A lot of scary stuff out there. But I can tell you, we have 34 years experience doing this. We know how to dose estrogen and testosterone in both men and women. We know how to optimize the thyroid gland. We know how to get your vitamin D3 level back up to an optimal state, looking at your B12, and get you back to a natural vitality and energy, a presence in your body where your brain is working well, you have natural enthusiasm to take on the day, and that's really important in business and making sure, you're delivering great customer service in your world, right?
Absolutely. If you're feeling tired, you're feeling run down, you're in pain, just uncomfortable.
Not sleeping well.
You're not going to be anxious about dealing with people because, face it, it's a challenge dealing with people sometimes, and it doesn't always go well. And so you need to be at your best. You need to be optimal. You need to be able to think on your feet. How do you turn this into a win-win for everybody else pretty darn quickly? And so I'm excited. And Gunther, thank you so much for being patient with me as I went through this journey. My husband is getting ready to go in and have his pellets. He's so excited. It's like he got a testosterone shot yesterday. He's like all got a skip in his step, got up this morning. It was like he got his own, and he's just living vicariously through me.
Yeah, osmosis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gunther, one of the things that I think is so important to let our listeners know is that, you hear about this low T, and you see all the commercials that are going on the television, the radio, and so on, and many people think it's only for men, and second of all, they think that all treatments are the same. Can you address those two things, please?
Absolutely. So we know that 85% of the healthcare decisions in the typical home are made by the women. So our marketing and what we do is very much focused on the female. Look, women make and need testosterone. Testosterone is not a male sex hormone. It's carried on the X chromosome, okay? So the inner core, the ovary, produces testosterone, and 90% of the symptoms that women are dealing with as they age in our culture can be rectified with getting your testosterone level back up to a normal level. And it's true for the guys, too. Guys are losing testosterone at about 3 to 5% a year after about age 30. This is real. It happens a lot slower with the guys, happens a lot more drastically with the women. So if we're walking around in our life, we're angry, we're moody, we're not feeling good, it could be that you're out of hormone balance. What was your second question?
That all treatments are the same. That you got this roll-on, you got this this patch, and it's just not true.
Right. So the biggest thing is the pellet is the only modality that gives you that even, steady state, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even steady state hormone dose that the brain can recognize. All of the other modalities, patches, pills, creams, provide a roller coaster of hormone in your bloodstream. The other big thing is the difference between synthetic hormone and bioidentical or human identical hormone. The hormone that's in the pellet is recognized by the body as made right here. The body receives that hormone, knows exactly what to do with it. There are no side effects. There are no risky health factors or anything like that associated with bioidentical, BioTE medical hormone pellet therapy.
I love it, and that's what sold me on that idea, Gunther, because I don't want to be playing around with my, with how I'm feeling and trial and error and testing and feeling worse until I feel better. I don't want to be messing around with it, and I obviously, because I'm feeling pretty okay now, I don't want to just take on something that's going to have high risks and if I feel okay. I mean, if you're if you're
Right.
feeling really down and awful, sometimes those risks seem like, well, that's better than what I've got now, and you're kind of choosing the lesser of two evils. You don't have that with BioTE Medical, and it was a super friendly procedure. Dr. Martell is who I went to. She's 72 years old. She's 72, and she says she's been trying different hormone replacement therapies for like 20 years, and she said BioTE is the only one that doesn't have the side effects.
Wow. All right. Well, there's a great endorsement right there. Gunther, give some contact information, if you will, please.
Awesome. Yeah, I can be reached at 303-598-1609, and I love talking to potential patients. It's a complex thing. There's a lot of fear out there, like I said, and I'd be happy to discuss this with anybody that wants to talk about it. Also, our website, huge resource with video testimonials and all kinds of information about BHRT for men, BHRT for women. You can view that at biotemedical.com. That's B-I-O, the letter T, the letter E, the word medical.com.
I love it. Gunther, thanks so much for calling in every week with a health tip, helping make sure our entrepreneurs are on track and living their best life and thriving not only personally but professionally. Gunther, we appreciate you.
All right, awesome. Have a great day.
You as well. All right, you know the names Lindsey Vonn, Missy Franklin. Those are athletes, and they're at the top of their game. How about Steve Jobs and Bill Gates? You know those names. Those were professional businessmen and are professional businessmen who are at the top of their game, or were at the top of the game, as Steve Jobs may be the case. How would you like to identify the 7 traits of highly successful entrepreneurs and match them up against whether or not you stack up? We'll do that after these messages.
The Experienced Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress. And when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C² Computer Consulting. C² is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C² at 303-933-1113.
This is Eric, and I've helped hundreds of nonprofits raise millions of dollars. One thing I can absolutely guarantee, when you hire a professional certified auctioneer, you will raise more money, a lot more. If donations help you do what you do, here's what you need to do now. Visit reddiamondauctions.com or call Kevin Perry at 970-673-2625. That's 970-673-2625.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory online at experiencepros.com/directory.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com for their next event. ExtremeRelationshipManagement.com.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Are you an expert? At Experienced Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experienced Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
I'll never forget
that moment.
as long as I live.
As long as I live.
My first call ever as a member of the National Guard.
When we got to the armory, they briefed us on the wildfires. They were getting dangerously close to homes.
Helicopters were going out to drop water on the fires.
Guys in the unit were preparing for firefighting with local fire crews.
At that moment, I got my first taste of just how important the Guard is to my community.
See how the Guard can be an important part of your life at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Colorado National Guard. Aired by the Colorado Broadcasters Association and this station.
The Dave Ramsey Show, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros radio show, where small business is big business and your business is our business. Follow them on twitter.com/experiencepros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
You're a shining star, no matter who you are, shine bright to see.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Are you a shining star? Well, let's measure up against those who already have that moniker. 7 Traits of Successful Entrepreneurs, written by Joe Robinson, found in entrepreneur.com, is an article that caught my attention because, it's. I personally want to be the best at my game, whatever it is. I want to be the best. And I want to see, how do I measure up when it comes to the traits that this one gentleman says define highly successful business people?
Well, I will tell you what, just wanting to be pursuing, the moniker or the behavior that you want to be the best, which means you're going to seek out, like you do, you're doing research, you're educating yourself, you're surrounding yourself with the right people, you're doing the things that it would take. I think step number 1 is to decide that you want to be the best. And what I think is interesting is when you think about people that are really successful, happy, love what they do, feel passionate about who they are and what they get to do for a living. The fact that you can put that and come up with 7 different common denominators that they all share, because I think the picture of them looks very different.
Well, and success looks different for everybody, and I'm not here to say that success means a certain number of dollars in your bank account or anything else. It may be for you, but it may be that you have these 7 traits, and you're successful because you're content, and that's fine too. But let's talk about what some of these traits are. The first one is tenacity, stick-to-itiveness. The article says starting a business is an ultra marathon, and everybody said, amen.
Oh my gosh, you never really, recognize how much time it's going to work, how long it's going to take. My friend Tony posted on Facebook this morning talking about microwave business. We all want, we have this idea, and we think, we're just going to push the microwave button and it's just going to work, right? People are just going to come, it's just going to grow, people are just going to buy. We open it and they will come, but the tenacity to stick it through, to learn the strategies, because there truly is a strategy behind being a success.
How to handle failure.
Yeah, challenges will come.
Right.
Every day, every single day, sometimes every hour, and sometimes by the minute. But having the tenacity to move forward, to not let those bumps in the road derail you. They're not going to send you into a puddle where you have to go home and eat a bucket of ice cream to get over it. You're just going to kind of brush it off and say, okay, next, let's figure out, okay, that didn't work. What will work? Instead of staying focused on, okay, that didn't, what will? And let's move on and let's get her done.
Absolutely. The second one is passion. Are you passionate about that which you are doing?
You know what? You run across people who are just bored with what they do. I mean, it's on their face, it's in their demeanor. If you are passionate and you are excited, notify your face.
Right.
Let the people around you know that. But we want to play it cool. Sometimes I think we just want to play it cool. We don't want to show our hands. We don't give anything away. And so, if I'm out there and I'm all passionate, excited, and then something doesn't work and people are going to know it. Oh, goodness. Okay, but are you still working at it? Are you still creating a new strategy? Are you tweaking? Are you refining? Are you improving? Are you learning a new skill? Are you going back to school, going back to the library? going back to the internet to figure out what it is that you can do to make this work, because we're all really the Thomas Edison of our own business. We have in radio.
Thomas Edison. I like that. It's a good quote.
Isn't that a good
yes.
quote? I mean, we have figured out
what
hundreds of ways not to do radio.
Absolutely.
And every day I think is a learning. It's a part of the learning.
When I signed up for management in a little coffee shop out of Seattle, they had one of their management criterias is how well do you deal with ambiguity. And so too the author of this article says, tolerance of ambiguity is one of the steps, the 7 traits, if you will, of highly successful entrepreneurs, because ambiguity defines the small business entrepreneur experience.
Interesting. I don't know that I would have thought that would be on the list.
It's all the stuff that you can't plan for.
Right.
And it happens every day if you look around.
It does. And so sometimes I think that we take that ambiguity and go, well, you know what? We're just going to play it by ear. We're just going to wing it. But you know what? You have been planning for this. You have prepared for this. You can handle this. Does it mean that every single thing is going to be scripted out? Does it mean that every little 15-minute time slot on your calendar is going to, be scheduled and it's going to go exactly that way? No. But you like to say time is what you make it.
Right.
And it used to just kick me, when he would say that, because I'm like, I can't get it done. I don't have time, blah, blah, blah.
What do you embrace now?
Anyways, so he would make this comment.
Time is what she makes it.
And sometimes it is. And we find what we're looking for. And the big stuff happens. And sometimes the little stuff we find out really what the priorities are, right? Because when that little stuff can't happen and we discover, I can dump it, I can delegate it, or I can do it.
Listen, everybody wants to believe that we are in control, that we're the and I'm going to use a little G here, but we're the god of our own universe. All right, you know what? There are so many other variables that affect everything, including the traffic and your children and your dog and the truck that blocked you in. And I mean, there's a million things. The postal service didn't deliver, and the internet goes down. And you know something? You're not the god of your own universe. In fact, we all have to deal with this ambiguity. We all have to deal with it and move on and adjust along the way. And that's the beautiful thing about humanity. Let's move on to the next one. It has to do with vision.
You've got to have a vision. It can't just be what you're trying to get done today, because today is going to go by you're going to blink your eye and it's going to be over. It's your long-term vision. Why do you do what you do? What is it that you really want to achieve? And, a dollar amount in your bank isn't motivation.
It's true.
It isn't vision. It's not going to keep you going when things get rough, when you got well-meaning people that are telling you what you're trying to do won't work. Vision is what keeps you going. Vision, you can outsource almost everything, right? Your technology, your admin, your human resources, your accounting. You can outsource so much and delegate. But vision is what makes us that's what makes us who we are.
Absolutely. The next one is self-belief. And frankly, if you don't believe in yourself, then why are you doing what you're doing in the first place? You have to be the start and end of your everyday. And the fact of the matter is, you've got to believe that you can, and not only can but will, do what you say that you are going to do. It is a core value. You can't shake it. If you don't have it, if you lack that self-confidence, you're in the wrong pool.
Absolutely. And then flexibility. Business survival requires you to be flexible, to get in a flexible state of mind.
Right.
People are going to have other ideas. There are going to be people around you that are going to bring things to you that aren't going to be part of your hardcore plan. And you have to be flexible enough to kind of go with the flow.
Right.
And recognize that the reason you have people around you is because you can't do everything. And to be flexible enough to know what you can share.
Yep. And then, so there's 6 of the 7 traits of highly successful entrepreneurs. I love number 7, and it's no surprise if you listen to this show and you know who I am. Number 7 is breaking the rules.
Are you really a rule breaker? I mean, really?
I am, but only when in a controlled environment. right? You break the rules, not the rules that are hard and fast and get you in trouble, but the rules that sit there and say can't, won't, those things. Nobody's ever done it that way, and so therefore we can't ever do it that way. You know what? Step out of the way. I'm doing it, and I want to lead by example. I think that sometimes you have to be willing to break the common stereotypes. Sometimes you have to be willing to go beyond what people say you cannot do. I used to tell my sons every single day as they were growing up, do not tell me what you cannot do. Show me what you're going to do. And it's all about action and a little bit of rule breaking.
All right, well done.
Well, there you have it, Joe Robinson. We appreciate the inspiration for this article and conversation. You find that article on entrepreneur.com. And, folks, do not go anywhere, because I'll tell you what, we got some friends in business, and there are 30 things that social media sites, if you don't know what to say, and you want to put on your social media site, maybe on your Facebook, on your blog, whatever, we've got a list. Now, I don't think we're going to get all through 30, but we're going to point out a fantastic social media site where you can get inspiration as well. Coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
If you're ready to get serious about your health, then experience the BioTE difference. BioTE Medical's all-natural testosterone pellet therapy is the safest and most effective way to increase your testosterone levels. Testosterone therapy not only improves your energy and libido, but also protects against heart disease, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and prostate cancer. Go to BioTEmedical.com to find a BioTE certified practitioner near you. That's BioTE Medical.com.
Your photographs are your treasures. Your art collection means something to you, and that jersey you won in that silent auction is providing you with tons of bragging rights, so it matters to you where you have it framed. Trust your framing to the experts at Frame the Art, the experts with heart. What matters to you matters to Frame the Art. Don't drop your treasures off at a warehouse. Call Frame the Art, 303-722-1525, 303-722-1525, located just north of Dartmouth on South Broadway in Englewood. Frame the Art. It matters.
When it comes time for you to buy your next new or gently used vehicle, you'll definitely want an auto broker. And when it comes to which auto broker to choose, here's all you need to know. Matt Martin and H.M. Brown and Associates. Matt has access to all makes and models and offers fantastic financing, leasing, and can even help you with your trade-in. H.M. Brown has 27 years with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Buy your next car with the integrity and capable help of Matt Martin and H.M. Brown and Associates. 303-414-2388. Call today.
Stop calling around looking for the best mortgage rates and call ALMC Mortgage. ALMC Mortgage matches you with the right mortgage for your needs every single time. Now's the right time to finance. Call ALMC Mortgage today at 303-696-6933. 303-696-6933. Check out today's current rates and questions you should ask about your mortgage at almcmortgage.com. almcmortgage.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
When you think of going to the dentist, it makes you uncomfortable and uptight. You recall the dark ages of dentistry. Weisbard Dental wants to change that image. Imagine being welcomed in a comfortable, beautiful, brand new dental office with digital x-rays, digital photos, being comforted throughout the entire process. At Weisbard Dental, you'll be treated while relaxing in their massage chairs. Make an appointment for Weisbard Dental at 303-773-3373. Check them out at weisbarddental.com. WEISBARD dental.com.
I'm Dr. Lee Weisbard, and I can make you smile.
Tell your staff to tune in daily to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Business training and inspiration from national experts are here for you every day on the Experience Pros Radio Show. Start your week off by learning a great new business skill. Tune in midweek to boost your positive attitude and be sure to always end your week with Fan Dragon Friday. The Experience Pros Radio Show is here for you every day, changing the way people treat people in business. Join the revolution and tune in to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Weekday business training designed to inspire you to get your business right.
Lucky you, because you get to listen to the Laura Ingraham Show mornings on the legendary KLZ.
Hey, I'm Dave Ramsey, and my show is live on KLZ, and I want to hear from you. Call me today so I can help you live debt-free. That's the Dave Ramsey Show, coming up from noon to 3 on The Source, AM 560 KLZ.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. And now, Back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. You gotta have something if you want to be with me.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. This is the part of the show where we're supposed to say something, but I can't think of anything to say.
You got nothing?
I got nothing.
You know what? And there are a lot of times when you're out on a Facebook, and we're kind of trolling the Facebook, and people are posting but really not saying anything.
Right.
Or they put these really obscure posts out there that just demand you ask more questions. I shy away from those. I'm like,
Right.
I'm not playing your games. You don't want to tell me? Don't tell me.
So what do? You say nothing, or do you come up with something to say that might be useful and or funny? Because, sometimes funny is relevant. Well, I turned to our friends over at socialconnects.com. That's socialknx.com, and found this article. There are 30 things to post on your social media sites when you don't know what to say, and our friend Gina Schreck made this list up, and I'm thrilled to share it with you because the very first thing is, hey, you know something? If you got nothing else to say, take a picture of a sign that you saw when you're out and about. It's witty. The one that's on her website says, "Caution, trees don't move." Really? One of the ones that I love, a little sign that I see, and you can actually see around town here in Denver, is a sign that says, "Post no signs." Really?
There is one in Highlands Ranch. I don't know if it is still there, but it was in a construction zone, or it was in a construction zone the first time I saw it. But it talked about great customers park here or something like that. I don't know. It was like an extreme customer service parking sign.
Right.
And it was really cool. And of course, I had to take a picture of it.
Those things are what the social media is all about, is seeing things in a social world and then sharing it with others. But you can also add value, and especially if you're a business person, you're posting on your business site, maybe it's your blog, whatever. Start with something easy. Top 3 tips, top 5 tips for working with, and then fill in the blank with whomever it is that you want to talk about, and just come up with a couple of quick and easy paragraphs.
Oh, I love the idea of the tips.
Right.
Tips for working with, this professional.
You put top 5 or top 3 or top 10 anything, you are now the expert, and people will tune in.
Aren't they funny? I mean, we see that. I mean, magazines love. I mean, if we can learn from what magazines put on the cover.
Right.
5 ways to do, 5 things, 3 easy. We could do that too.
Absolutely. Do you get asked a certain number of questions over and over and over and over again? You know, those ones that really you have to answer over?
We pretty much say the same thing all day long to people, right? We're answering. Can we come in live to the studio? Yes. Can I call in? Yes. You could do either. You mean I could come in? Yes. Can I bring somebody with me? Yes.
Post a frequently asked questions blog. Here are the answers to your questions, and then link to it so that you can send everybody else over to that place. Do you have a prediction for your next month or year in your industry? Remember yesterday, I was a prognosticator.
I know. We're sorry.
No. I prognosticated.
All over the place. It was a mess. I had to clean it up. We had to call the janitor
That's
service.
That's a different acaded. Yeah. What happens this day in history? You could go to the interweb and find out what happened today in history and post something out there on your web. It's social. It's fun. You're connecting with people.
Our friend Kimberly Orr, who does a lot of PR and marketing for us, has a calendar of what today is celebrating for every single day of the week. And I think today is like dress up your dog day.
Oh, well, it is for Gina Schreck, that's for sure. Poor puppy. All right, let's go one more step. Leaders or readers, are you reading something? Share it with people. Let's know what's going on in your world as you make yourself better. Now, if you're reading something dirty,
well, yeah, if you're reading smut and you can't share that, how about you read something worth sharing?
Right.
Pick up something worth sharing and then share it.
Do you have a favorite quote that inspires you? From time to time, we're known to go through a list of quotes that inspire us. Inspire your fan base. Inspire your listeners and readers by sharing something like that.
How about activities that are going on in the area and things that people can do around town, public events that are happening, current events that are happening in your neighborhood?
And, one of the things that always gets people's attention is if you turn something on its backside and say, here are the mistakes that you need to avoid. So if the top 5 mistakes of whatever you're doing, and who knows? I just checked the clock to make sure I have time for this. I just bought a rice cooker.
I know. And I have owned a rice cooker for years.
Top 5 mistakes of people. No, top 1 mistake that Angel uses her rice cooker for.
I only use it to cook rice.
What?
I didn't know.
You kidding me? I'm
I didn't
making
know.
tilapia with asparagus
Okay,
tonight.
so let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Have you ever hard-boiled an egg in the oven?
No, I have not. Can you do that?
I know. Somebody says, why would I do that?
Right.
Apparently, if you cook your eggs in muffin tins 325 for about 25 minutes, they taste better, they peel easier, way better to hard boil. Although then, is it really hard boiled? Can you still call it a hard boil an egg if you don't boil it in water?
I don't think so. No. It's a hard-baked egg now.
It's now hard-baked.
Right. Share a photo of something that inspires you. Take pictures. Angel is famous for this. She takes pictures all over the place. I, too, take pictures all over the place. I know that your husband, Jay, takes pictures all over the place. And 2 out of 3 of us never post them.
I know. I hate that. If you're going to take a picture, post it.
Post it.
Post the darn thing.
Right.
Now, I do need a little help.
You do?
I turned on something on my phone. I thought I turned it off, but my phone photos now are privately syncing to my Facebook page, and I don't want them to.
Gina Schreck from Social Connects, can you help Angel?
I keep trying to turn it off.
She needs help.
It keeps doing it. Now, here's the problem with that, is sometimes I take stupid pictures on my phone.
Describe stupid pictures.
Eric. No, I'm just kidding. No, but just like I might take a picture of a shopping list, or like I went to back to school night and took pictures of all the PowerPoint lists of things that Michael was going to need. I just took pictures of it so I would have it as a resource. It wasn't really a picture. It's more like a Post-it note.
Right.
And I don't need
I
my
write on the whiteboard
notes.
and then I take a picture of it so that I don't forget.
Right. I mean, it's kind of like a log of information.
You don't want
not
that
necessarily
going out to Facebook.
I really don't.
No.
And then, so you might just take a picture of something random because you want to share it with one person.
Yeah.
Like the picture I took of why men snore when they lay on their back.
Yes.
I took a picture. It synced it to Facebook, so I deleted it.
Whoops.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then finally, in this article by Gina Schreck over at Social Connects, we found one that I think absolutely fits with everything that we believe, and that is post something that you're grateful for. You could do that every single day. What does it take, 20 seconds?
Yeah, there's people in your life that make you look good. Your vendors, your power partners, your clients, associates, your friend circle, friends, relatives, associates, neighbors, and customers. If you share gratitude every single day, you'll always have something to say.
So I'm grateful for socialconnects.com and this article because this inspired this conversation. And you know something? I think that every single day we need to find something that we're grateful for and then go ahead. It is a social world. Post it. Tell people. Tell people that you're thankful for them. It will make a difference in your disposition, and your disposition will make a difference in your attitude in business.
Absolutely. We are so grateful for our guests that show up and come in every single day to the radio show for our weekly business tips and health tips that participate in giving you great content. We put together a pretty fabulous show, but it's not because of what Eric and Angel do. It's because of all of the guests that deliver and bring such valuable information, and so we're grateful for them.
We're starting a revolution in how people treat people in business, and we're glad that you are that revolution. Now, you can always find more information in the archives of our show at experiencepros.com. That's experiencepros.com. And, that's where you find the Extreme Customer Service Directory as well. Not a member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory yet? Do you offer extreme customer service? Then come join us. Be a part of this revolution, this great network, if you will, that we have that says, customer experience matters.
Well, and let's hope it does. And so if you said, no, we don't really offer great customer service, work on that.
Absolutely. On behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel, myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros radio show happen, we say thank you for tuning in to this first hour. We invite you to stay tuned for the next hour. We do have to take a quick commercial break, and during that time, this is a perfect time to give somebody a 20-second kiss. I'm not talking about locking lips. That stands for kindness is so simple. We'll see you on the other side.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.
KLZ 560, The Source.
The Dave Ramsey Show.
Oh, I'm so tired of this stuff. I'm so tired. It's fatiguing to listen to it. I've had to turn off all the news channels. They're just driving me nuts. It just gives me a perpetual headache, and it moves down into my back, right between my shoulder blades. Y'all know the one? That kind of headache that comes from being really deeply pissed off about the way the country is run. I have to turn off the TV. It's absurd. These morons continue to overspend, and yes, you're a moron if you think this math is going to continue to work. It's horrid. It's horrid, and it's just sad. Here's the problem. We sent them up there. You and me, we did it. We did it to ourselves. We sent them up there.
Dave Ramsey, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
I'm Jason Lewis, America's Mr. Right, and I hope you'll listen to my show weeknights at 7 on KLZ 560, The Source.
Hi, this is Scott Watley. Join me every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Sportsman of Colorado right here on 560 KLZ, The Source.
Hey everybody, it's Randy Corcoran, and we're taking a bite out of the big boys with the brand new live and local morning show, 5 to 7 a.m. on the Colorado Conservative KLZ 560. It's Wake Up with Randy Corcoran. On our next show, that warrior for freedom, Christopher Doss from Revolutionary Communications, is back by popular demand. Wake Up with Randy Corcoran, 5 to 7 a.m. right here on 560 KLZ.
This is the legendary KLZ, AM 560, KLZ HD Denver, and online streaming at 560thesource.com. Since 1922, KLZ Denver.
This is the Blaze Radio News. I'm John DeMaster. A school in Roswell, New Mexico, placed on lockdown. 3 students injured in an early morning shooting. KRQE-TV in Albuquerque saying the shooting taking place just before 8. The hospital saying an injured 14-year-old airlifted to a Texas hospital for medical treatment. A suspect apprehended. The Obama administration inflating new Obamacare numbers while deflating the many problems with healthcare.gov, and the Spanish version of the Obamacare website an even bigger mess. The Blaze Radio's Lori Dew has the story.
The Spanish version of the Obamacare website proving to be just as problematic, cuidadodesalud.gov links customers to pages that are poorly translated and in some cases to English-only forms. The site launched in December, more than 2 months later than promised. The Health and Human Services Department says it's working on the glitches.
This is news on the Blaze Radio Network.
Hey, it's Guy Fieri, and before the game, it's all about the tailgating. Burgers, sausage and peppers, onions, hot wings, you name it. But come game time, if you got yourself a whole bunch of heartburn, roll out the Rolaids.
Don't let heartburn keep you from enjoying the things you love. Rolaids gets you back in the action fast. Its dual-active formula neutralizes more acid than Tums. For indigestion and heartburn, get rapid relief with Rolaids.
R-O-L-A-I-D-S? Now that's how you spell relief.
Use as directed. Acid neutralization may not correlate with symptom relief.
Hi, I'm John Greenhut, the CEO of Paraswabs. If your New Year's resolution is to look great and make people's heads turn, start by getting rid of those yellow stained teeth. The solution to a movie star white smile is the 5-minute Paraswabs whitening system. In 5 minutes, you'll see an average of 2 shades whiter teeth. Call now and you can try it risk-free. 1-800-942-1273. That's 1-800-942-1273. 1-800-942-1273.
The Blaze Radio News on KLZ 560 The Source.
You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show brought to you by Mass Mutual Colorado. Experience Pros, where business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer, best-selling authors of Lists That Save My Business and founders of Experience Pros University, are inspiring you to get your business right. Let's join Angel and Eric for today's program.
Hello and welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. We're here to remind you that small business is big business, Your business is our business.
I'm pretty sure you're going to have to do this next segment without me.
You think so?
Yeah.
What you up to?
You don't exist at the moment.
I don't exist at the moment?
I am playing with my phone because each new photo I take...
Each new
photo that I take on
Sorry,
my...
just making sure that enunciates well over the air.
Each nude photo.
Each new...
Not taking nude photos.
Not old, but new photo.
Each new...
Yes, thank you.
How many syllables in new?
There should be 2.
New photos. Every new photo I take is being synced to my Facebook page, and I don't want it to. Now, I know I turned this on. I know that I did, and I know when I did it.
Okay.
I didn't mean to.
All right.
I didn't want to.
So just go back and turn it off.
I haven't figured that out yet. So, like I said, you might have to do this without me.
Oh. Well, while you're working on that,
But Gina did send me a piece of information. I'm scrolling, I'm searching. I just don't know that I can multitask and actually scroll and search and have a witty conversation with Eric, because believe it or not, I really have to be tuned in and really paying attention to what Eric says, because otherwise
he's too witty for her.
No, it slips in and he thinks I'm just buying it, and I'm not.
You're not. You're predisposed to not buying my witticisms.
Yes.
It's not very nice.
No, but for good reason.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. While she's doing that, let me tell you something. Are you into the new year now? Are you still keeping up with your revolutions? Remember, we don't call them resolutions around here. We call them revolutions. Are you eating healthy? I am, and because I got myself a new rice cooker, and I have discovered that the rice cooker can cook all kinds of things beyond rice. Well, what kinds of things, say you? I've had cheesy rice with chicken. I've had quinoa. Actually, I haven't had quinoa, but I bought it. I'm going to have quinoa.
See, you got to keep your eye on him. Because he read about it on the internet.
No.
Doesn't necessarily mean he had it yet. I heard about it. I thought about it. I might have bought one of the ingredients towards it.
Go back to your Facebook. I have tonight. I've got on the menu a little tilapia with some brown rice and
But he won't make
asparagus.
it just because it's on the menu. Listen to you. You got to really.
It's not tonight yet.
You got to pay attention to like the keywords that he throws in there, because you kind of, if you're only half listening, you're gonna go, oh, that's what.
Here's a keyword for one of my
menu.
famous comics. Silence.
He's kidding you.
All right. Hey, we got a great show for you, including coming up next. Joe Langran with 3 Peaks Analytics is with us. You're going to enjoy this immensely. Please don't go anywhere, and I'll see if I can look at Angel while she's tackling her Facebook next.
The experienced pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Run a business and have a life. You got into business so you could enjoy life, and Employer Essentials can help. They keep up with the ever-changing payroll and employment laws and requirements, as well as all those employee management issues. Employer Essentials is the answer you've been looking for to add payroll and HR solutions that offer you peace of mind and the time to do what you want to do. Employer Essentials, Denver's trusted local payroll and HR provider for 15 years. EmployerEssentials.com or 303-734-9436.
You've tried and tried to shed those 10, 20, even 50 pounds of excess weight, and like so many Americans, you're frustrated. It's no secret that the body needs to be in balance before lasting weight loss can be maintained. Let Dr. Deborah Zeff and Christy Edwards of Holistic Herbal Health help you detoxify your body and get you on the fast track to quantum weight loss. You know you can do this. Now you know someone who can help. Call Dr. Zeff and get started on your quantum weight loss today. 303-249-7742. That's 303-249-7742 or online at rootedinhealth.com.
Renew, heal, and experience the miraculous with Master Healer Yoga and Meditation teacher Karen Corona. Karen has 30 years experience providing natural healing therapies and nutritional education, and her yoga and meditation programs will guide you back to vibrant health and wellness. Call Karen today and get started. 303-725-1119. That's 303-725-1119. Mention Experience Pros and get $450 off of Karen's upcoming healing and yoga retreat in June, set in the lovely Nuevo Vallarta, Mexico. Call today, 303-725-1119, or online at KarenCorona.com.
Hi, this is Angel, and I've been in my home for 12 years now. When I think about redecorating, I just can't seem to get past what I've always done. Helene's Designs offers a fluff-it-up service for home decorating. She takes what I already have and rearranges just enough to fluff it up. Call Helene to get fluffed up at 720-233-7302. Helene's Designs is a full-service design firm that helps you turn your dreams into a reality. Call Helene's Designs today at 720-233-7302 or check out the before and after pictures online at helenesdesigns.com.
Nyland's Collision Center is an award-winning body shop that takes great care of you and your car. This matters when your insurance company wants to take shortcuts. Nyland's Collision Center only uses manufactured parts. This matters when a cheap, ill-fitting part is available. At Nyland's, it matters. If it's not perfect, it's not leaving. 303-761-9219. 303-761-9219.
Thinking.
The Dave Ramsey Show.
Thinking is a good thing. You see, nobody would intentionally go, hey, let's go $52,000 in credit card debt. That would be intelligent. That'll help our marriage. That'll help our future. People don't sit down and make that out as their plan. They just don't think. And you'll look up after 10 years and you got $52,000 in credit card debt and go, crap, how did we do this? Because you weren't thinking. I do it too. It's an interesting culture we live in.
Dave Ramsey, noon to 3 on KLZ 560, The Source.
It's a new day on KLZ, so wake up with Randy Corcoran tomorrow morning at 5 on KLZ 560, The Source.
The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Suddenly I see, this is what I want to be. Suddenly I see.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Special shout out to Gina Schreck for taking care of Angel's issues. That's a good thing.
I would have never found that on my own, Gina, so thank you.
Absolutely.
She walked me through it virtually.
Right?
Love that.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm excited about our next guest, Joe Langran.
Again, you need somebody to walk you through something, right? And you're never going to find this on your own. It's going to take you too much time. You're going to be so distracted. You need a professional. So we brought in Joe Langran, the owner and founder of 3 Peaks Analytics. You can find him online at 3peaksanalytics.com. Spell out the word 3. Joe, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
Joe, very nice to have you with us. And you know, many of our listeners recognize your name. 3 Peaks Analytics, of course, is something that's come on in the last year. This has been a year of transition for you. Tell us about where you started and where you're at now.
Oh, yeah, it has been definitely a year of transition. I started the year as a commercial broker with Antonoff and Company.
Commercial real estate.
Commercial real estate.
Yep.
And I wanted to diversify my business. And when you work for a commercial real estate company, they want you to kind of focus on their business. Mm-hmm. And so I thought, you know, there's another way of doing this. And one of the things that I wanted to do is create an outsourced real estate department for early stage franchising companies. There's almost nobody in the country that's doing that, and I thought there might be an opportunity there. So
sure.
I couldn't do that as a broker. And this is a non-brokerage business. So in March, I formed my own company called 3 Peaks Analytics. And it's designed to be just that, an outsourced real estate business for the early stage franchisor can't afford to hire their own in-house real estate person.
And you are a specialist. You've worked with franchises most of your career. Right. You are a specialist in site location analysis.
That's correct. I have 30 years of corporate site location experience with some of the major brands in the country, like McDonald's and Arby's. And I kind of thought that, you know, I have all this knowledge, and how can I help people who are getting started in business be successful, and that's what I did, and that was in March. And then later in the year, I transitioned even further into a residential investment business, an affiliation with Strongbrook Direct, and this one has me very excited because now I can take my business, again, it's not brokerage, and I can help the small individual, if you will, lack of a better term, become a real estate investor.
I love it. I love it. Joe, how you have reinvented yourself this year, how flexible you've been, how tenacious you have been in getting this off. We read earlier in our first hour of the broadcast about some leadership traits of successful leaders, and you exemplify those leaders. Now, 3 Peaks Analytics, each peak is symbolic.
Correct.
So describe those.
Well, I created the name because I've evolved into 3 different elements of my business. And then one, I'm still doing commercial brokerage. I'm still using my analytical method to help the small business person find the absolute best sites. And then I started the outsourced real estate business, where I can give McDonald's-like real estate services to the small startup franchisor. And then Strongbrook. Strongbrook is a completely different avenue for me, but like I said, I'm pretty excited about it.
Well, let's talk about this Strongbrook. What is it that makes Strongbrook so unique and that caught your attention?
Well, first of all, it's a financial wellness company. And they educate and they train and they take an investor and they pretty much hold their hand through the entire system. A lot of people have said to me, I don't know anything about real estate. Well, a lot of people have bought a home, so they know a little bit about real estate. But when it comes to investing, it's almost the same process. The only difference is now you have a tenant in place, and the tenant pays your rent. And as long as you can make your payments, your mortgage and your insurance and your maintenance, and then you get cash flow on the other side, that's generally a pretty good investment.
Well, it sounds like a great investment. You've got somebody else making the rent and covering the costs of it, and so you made the initial investment, but somebody else is covering the costs. But Joe, now you're a landlord, and now there's different things you have to know about investing and real estate investing and second homes and buying and selling and acquiring the property. I don't have time for that.
Oh, good.
Oh, good?
This was not an expected answer.
No, well, yeah, actually it is good because this is a turnkey system. And by turnkey, it's kind of a real estate term, I guess, and it really means that Strongbrook, if you became an investor, they've got a team of a couple of hundred people, and they're out every day looking at some of the best rental opportunities in the country. And I'll take one step back. A couple of years ago, Warren Buffett said that if, in his mind, the best investment opportunity for after 2008 was distressed real estate.
Right.
And Strongbrook goes in, and they look for just that. They go into markets that had lots and lots and lots of beautiful homes. People couldn't afford them after the 2008 crisis. They defaulted on the homes, and these houses are being able to be picked up on 60-70% of what they were originally and below market.
Are there a lot of them in Colorado?
There's none in Colorado. There's 5 key markets that the Strongbrook invests in: Orlando, Las Vegas, Phoenix, and then there's some cash flow markets for older folks who just want to get $400 or $500 a month cash flow in Indianapolis and Memphis.
Well, and that's something that we need to clarify for our listeners here. You can be an investor here in Colorado. You don't have to be where the property is. Strongbrook does the investing for you. You give the upfront investment, if you will. Strongbrook leverages that. They get the tenants. They take care of all the maintenance. They take care of all the management. And so you get the benefit of leveraged cash. Is that correct?
That's absolutely correct. And then you could take, in the markets they invest, where let's say the replacement cost of a home is $110 per square foot,
right?
And you're buying it at $70 a square foot, that's instant equity.
Instant equity.
And that's correct. And then the markets are growing, so before a developer can come in, it's got to go up to 110, then they'll start building again. Well, you've got all that room to grow and then duplicate it, take the money out and buy a second home, and you could actually take one house without spending a lot of extra money, make that into 3 or 4 homes, and that's how people become wealthy.
And that's how people become wealthy.
Hello.
And that's what we're looking for. Joe, give some contact information so our listeners can get in touch with you for any one of your 3 peaks.
Correct. Well, probably the easiest way to get a hold of me is by calling me, 303-589-4839, or go to my webpage, or actually better still, just send me an email, joe@3peaksanalytics.com, all spelled out.
Joe at threepeaksanalytics.com. Joe, fantastic to see you again. So super excited for your new business model, and you really do embody the tenacity and adaptability of a successful entrepreneur. We're happy to have you on the show.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'd love to talk to folks who have some interest in.
Yeah, if you just have interest and you're just not sure, you're kind of on the fence, you're thinking about it, but you knew you didn't want to take on all those activities that are time-consuming. That's where Joe and his resources
Or
come
you
to
could
play.
put your money in the bank and get a 0.00001 rate of return. Really?
Or you can go to Strongbrook and get 19.8%, which their investors got last year. They made over $30 million for their
Phone number one more time, Joe.
303-589-4839.
Go get your $30 million.
Absolutely. Folks, business tips and insights coming up next on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Benjamin Franklin once said that nothing is certain except death and taxes. He was right, mostly. What Ben didn't know was that when it comes to death, Mike Heffelbauer, licensed and board certified in funeral services since 1990, has served families with dignity and respect while saving them thousands with their affordable and realistic pricing. Heffelbauer Funeral Services, family owned and community involved. When certainty calls, call Heffelbauer Funeral Services, 720-344-6087, 720-344-6087, or visit HeffelbauerFuneralServices.com.
Where do you go when the bank says no? Every business needs money, and yours is probably no different. What's that you say? Your bank backed out on a commitment to you? Our friend Steve Replin has the answers to your financial questions. Steve's new book, Where to Go When the Bank Says No, is the authoritative guide to finding you the money you need now. Where to Go When the Bank Says No, available right now at hardmoneybooks.com. That's hardmoneybooks.com. Where do you go when the bank says no? hardmoneybooks.com.
This is Dave Logan, and I know what it's like to get home and not be able to get into the garage, right? I mean, it's especially frustrating when you're getting home from a road trip. That's why I now trust Don's Garage Doors to make sure that it never happens to me again. The LiftMaster system, along with the reliability of Don's, gives me absolute confidence that I'll always be welcomed home. Perhaps you should contact my friends at Don's Garage Doors and ask about their free keypad and remote offers while their supplies last. Find them online at donsgaragedoors.com or call them at 303-738-DOOR.
You make all kinds of plans for your business, but have you planned for the event that you may need long-term care? Did you know that you can have long-term care insurance that offers you tax advantages and a guaranteed rate of return? Walt Wilson is a licensed agent working in the financial services segment of the insurance industry, and he's a pro when it comes to long-term care. It only takes a moment to register for the next free webinar that could literally change your financial outlook. Visit privatepensiondesign.com today and click the LTC webinar tab.
Design, implement, and support. If you have a computer, a cell phone, or a tablet, you have a network. Hi, this is Eric, and I've got great news for you. Your network has a guy. For the last 15 years, Brad Binkley of Binkley IT has served his clients without killing their budget. Brad can effectively manage a network of up to 50 computers, typically for about 2 to 4 hours a week. Huge savings, no sacrifice. Call Brad today for your next IT partner, 720-254-1057. That's 720-254-1057. Binkley IT, solving the IT puzzle, one piece at a time.
Random online searching is one way to find a good company, but an even better way is to choose the companies that are listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory. This elite list of companies have one thing in common. They offer extreme customer service. Their customers are bragging about them, and that's what sets them apart. Trust the companies listed on the Extreme Customer Service Directory to take care of you. Extreme Customer Service Directory at experiencepros.com/directory. experiencepros.com/directory.
Got something to say to the Colorado State Legislature? Call into Grassroots Radio Colorado because they listen every day. They won't admit it, but they're always listening. Grassroots Radio Colorado, afternoons at 5 on KLZ 560, The Source.
The Experience Pros want to help you get your business right. Have you joined the revolution? Visit meetup.com/therevolution and become a business revolutionary. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. It's time for our health tip with Dr. Lee Weisbard.
Hi, Dr. Weisbard.
Good morning.
Good morning. Very nice to have you with us. What are we talking about today?
Well, today we're going to talk about fluoride and how fluoride has influenced dental decay in this country for the past 40, 50 years.
All right. I know there's a lot of controversy. There's a lot of, two sides of the fence over the benefits and the hazards of fluoride. So we'd love to hear your expert advice today.
Well, here's what we want to talk about. Fluoride is a naturally occurring mineral that fortifies the tooth's enamel layer, and it's been introduced into the public drinking water since 1940. And the decision was based upon evidence that showed fluoride guarded against tooth decay and helped to strengthen enamel. So at this point, 65% of Americans have fluoridated tap water. What they found over the years is that it reduced cavities and decay in adults and children by 40%.
Wow.
Oh.
That's significant.
It is significant, and the problem today is that many of us drink bottled water.
Right.
So bottled water is filtered, it's fluoride-free, and it's actually bad news for our teeth. And what we're finding is a rise in decay, especially in young people. So children today have more cavities than they actually did 20, 30 years ago.
Oh my gosh. And it's, I know we've talked about the fluoridated water, and they are getting bottled water, filtered water, everything is filtered out. And so not only are the bad minerals filtered out, but the good minerals, the fluoride, is filtered out. And now, so we have seen an uprise in tooth decay.
Here's the deal. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention has called fluoridated tap water among the top 10 public health achievements of the 20th century. So here's the problem. If we're not drinking tap water, and by the way, the same happens if you're on well water, which is kind of some of the outlying areas in Colorado. So if you're on well water, you could actually have too much fluoride. So it's really important for people who are on well water to have their water tested and make sure that the parts per million are in the right range to be protective and not to be a detriment.
Right, because too much of a good thing is also a concern, right?
Absolutely. It causes a condition known as fluorosis, which kind of makes the tooth look kind of mottled. It looks kind of speckled and spotted, and that will actually weaken the enamel. So in order to get the right amount of fluoride, tap water is really the best bet. Another good option, though, is to remember to use fluoride in your toothpaste. And in our office, we provide fluoride treatments when we clean teeth, and that also helps to strengthen the enamel and provide that protection that we think is necessary.
Okay, so Dr. Weisbard, people are avoiding fluoride. They're buying toothpaste that doesn't have fluoride in it. They're using something a little bit more natural. People are avoiding fluoride. What's the concern there?
Well, I'm not really sure what the concern is. It's the same idea, with people who will only eat organic or will only eat certain foods. And, everybody has a different opinion, and there is a lot of research out there. I'd be happy to talk about the other, the opposers. I can do a little research for your listeners and give some of that information. But from the evidence that I've looked at and the research that I've done so far, I truly believe it makes a huge difference in public health and reduction of tooth decay.
Dr. Weisbard,
really important.
I see even, some of the health choices that we're making are really destroying our teeth. For example, rinsing with waking up every morning and having lemon in your water is supposedly very good for flushing the toxins out of your system, but at the same time, harming the enamel.
Right. It's an acid exposure to your enamel, which can also weaken the enamel. So if we're going to be eating all these foods and we're going to drink acidic liquids, it really is important to look at the other side and how can we strengthen that enamel. And there's so many studies out there showing that fluoride has helped to decrease dental cavities, dental disease, dental caries. I think that's significant. And for me, I want to give my patients the best and give them the best advice. I can tell you something, interesting. People who do come from non-fluoridated areas have much higher incidence of dental caries. And there's research to back that up. As far as the detriments and the negative side of fluoride, as I said, the American Dental Association has concluded that it is not a problem and that it is one of the top public health achievements in controlling disease in the United States. So I would still have to say I believe in the fluoride. I think it's a wonderful service for our patients, and we provide that in our office as well.
Dr. Lee, give some contact information for you, please.
I can be reached at 303-773-3373, or they can find information about us online on Weisbard Dental, or they can look us up on Facebook. We give really good daily tips about different dental subjects, and this week we will concentrate on fluoride, and I will see if we can put some information up about why some people are a little skeptical.
I love that. I think that's such a timely tip and great advice, especially coming from an expert like you, Dr. Weisbard. Give some contact information where...
Wait, we did that?
Yep, well, I mean, that's right, yeah.
WeisbardDental.com. Sorry about that, Dr. Lee.
I get into my mode.
Not a problem. We'd love to see them. We'd love to see your listeners. We really take pride in our work and our care and the advice we give our patients.
Go where I go. Use Dr. Lee.
Yeah, make an
Weisbard.
appointment.
Absolutely. WeisbardDental.com. Thank you, Dr. Lee.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, let's go to Walt Wilson, Private Pension by Design. Walt, welcome to the show.
Hey, Eric. Hi, Eric, Angel and Eric.
Well, Wilson, how are you?
I am doing good.
You know what? We're so excited to have you on the show and appreciate your tips that you give every week, just helping to educate our listeners a little bit on just planning ahead for their retirement and finances and thinking about their finances a little differently. What are we talking about today?
Well, now is the perfect time, I believe, to make sure your will and your beneficiary information is up to date. And why would I think that this is a good time?
Why would you?
It's the beginning of the year, so in the past 12 months, has anything happened in your life, such as have you expanded your family with a new child, or have you lost a loved one, or maybe you married or divorced, or maybe you developed a fondness for a new charity? You better make sure that the right people are on your beneficiaries to receive the money you intend them to receive. It's key that people review this once a year, either with their broker or agent, or get it out and talk with your wife and make that determination. Then find out from your agent or your insurance company how to make those changes. I assist all my clients in doing that. Now, there's one other thing that I want to make sure people understand, and what I'm going to say now is strictly my opinion. It doesn't represent legal information, so you shouldn't rely on maybe what I'm saying. You consult with your attorney for the legal matters pertaining to wills and state laws, okay? Right. But here's something that's really, really important. All property is transferred at death by one of three methods: a will, a contract, or operation of law. Now, most property is passed under the terms of a validly drawn will. But proceeds from life insurance, policies, and retirement plans, 401ks, IRAs, 457s, and pre- and post-nuptial agreements are always distributed by contract according to the beneficiary designation on the policy or plan. So many people have 401ks. Have they reviewed the beneficiaries of those plans? Upon their death, the beneficiary would have certain rights to those retirement plans. So if you've gotten a divorce or you've gotten married, you need to get that done. It's important, and people neglect that.
Yeah, you make a lot of sense, Walt, and you're absolutely right. And the list of things that you listed off at the beginning of your segment really, I wasn't divorced, I wasn't married, I didn't have a baby or anything like that, and I certainly haven't died yet. But you got me when you said, "Is there a charity that has a special place in my heart?" Absolutely. So it's a great suggestion. Can you give some contact information for us, please?
I sure can. You can reach me at 303-798-6363. That's 303-798-6363. Or you can visit my website at www.privatepensiondesign.com. Now, I just posted on my blog, which is privatepensionbydesign.com, this information about updating your beneficiaries and your wills, so they can go there and read that information. I also linked there a great state attorney that I partner with, that they can get the right information on their wills.
I love it. Good tips today. As always, Walt, we appreciate you. Follow his blog at privatepensiondesign.com. Get the answers you're looking for to the questions you have right now. And if any of those changes happened in your life last year, make sure you follow Walt's advice. Walt, thanks so much.
Thank you. You guys have a great day.
Absolutely. All right, folks, don't go anywhere. More positive business talk coming up next. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
Networking is full of myths. Bring lots of business cards. Be sure to meet at least 10 new people. Have your 30-second sales pitch ready. Your network is your net worth, but only if you're networking with your A-team. Take the guesswork out of your networking by joining Extreme Relationship Management. It's transforming the way people are networking. It's way more fun than drive-by networking and doesn't waste your time handing out stacks of business cards. Check out extremerelationshipmanagement.com for their next event. extremerelationshipmanagement.com.
Hi, this is Angel, and ladies, I want to let you in on my newest fashion secret. It's my eyelashes. That's right, my eyelashes. I've been going to Carabella Studio since July, and ever since then, I've had nothing but compliments on my eyelash extensions from my friend Reggie at Carabella Studio. And my favorite part? No more daily hassle of applying and removing mascara, and all of the compliments. Get yours today. Call Carabella Studio today at 303-909-9585. That's 303-909-9585. Ask for the Angel Eyes offer and get your new lashes for only $150. Carabella Studios, 303-909-9585.
If printing is an essential part of your business day, then RMK Cartridge is your lifeline to success. Hi, this is Eric, and Angel and I wouldn't think of running our business without having RMK Cartridge on our speed dial. Remanufactured ink and toner cartridges are just the beginning. Free delivery and award-winning service coupled with 30 to 50% savings over original manufacturer products means that we're saving time, money, and space in the landfill all at once. Treat your printer to the best. Contact the guys at RMK Cartridge at 303-781-2076 or on the web at rmkcartridge.com.
Can you imagine going an entire day without your phone or computer? Crazy, right? How else would you communicate with your team, contact that client, or even get paid? Absolutely nothing happens when you don't have technology in your lap. Even a slow-running computer can stall your progress, and when your software doesn't sync, nothing seems to work out. You've got a technology partner like no other with C-Squared Computer Consulting. C-Squared is your business pain reliever. Solve your pain. Call C-Squared at 303-933-1113.
Being a homeowner, business owner, or a consumer has never been easier thanks to the Extreme Customer Service Directory. You can count on the Experience Pros Network to deliver the best in customer service and collaboration. Check out the Extreme Customer Service Directory for all your referrals, and if you don't see your favorites on the list, let us know. We'll check them out, and if their customers are saying great things about them, they could be a great fit for the Extreme Customer Service Directory. Online at experiencepros.com/directory.
There are many sounds in your daily life. Ones that make you smile. Ones that help you relax. And there are some sounds that can help save lives. Wireless emergency alerts, now on many mobile devices, use a unique sound and vibration to bring you critical information about emergencies in your area. With updates from local sources you know and trust, you can be in the know wherever you are. Learn more at ready.gov/alerts. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Good afternoon, Denver. This is Dave, and the Dave Ramsey Show is next, right here on AM 560 KLZ.
I've got my head and my heart on the dance floor.
The Experience Pros Radio Show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a revolutionary by sharing a fan bragging story of great customer service on Facebook.com/Experience Pros. Now, back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thanks for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. Hey, we talk about this all the time. You get people into your sales cycle, you get people into your business cycle, you get people into your business and they're giving you money. What do you do with them afterwards? Retention is critical.
Well, absolutely. And so retention marketing, retaining those current clients, we all know you've worked so hard to get them, but retaining them, getting on the phone and calling them, this is where the whole sales process seems to fall apart. Introducing Katie Myers, the CEO of Pure Communication, which is a retention marketing company. We're going to talk a little bit today about retention marketing and using the phone for it. Katie, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Eric and Angel. I'm very excited to be here.
Katie, the phone is 100 pounds heavy, and I hate it.
That is the common misconception,
Right.
I think, and I like to call it that because it's something that can easily be changed. It's all about the mindset. So
All right.
that's what I can help with.
So what is this whole thing called retention marketing? It's a new phrase for me.
Absolutely. And for a lot of people, I think, coming from the insurance background, people hear the retention word a lot. So it's a part of my job to bring that into every industry. And what I mean by the retention piece is, you said it perfectly, Eric, what do you do with your clients once you have them? How do I keep them coming back? How do I cross-sell? How do I upsell? How do I get referrals? How do I create loyalty? So those are the programs that I help set up. And in my belief, it all starts with the phone call, the number one relationship builder next to that face-to-face appointment.
All right, so we brought in people that we think are going to make those phone calls, or we have a sales team that has connected with these clients, and it's on their little CRM to remind them to follow up and make these phone calls. Do they just not make the phone calls, or do we just stink at it when we do?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Being, in my past, I've been that sales staff that needs to, really be the one that's doing that follow-up, but without any direction of doing so, that's where you get caught up. That's where the phone weighs 100 pounds and I hate to do it comes from.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, what companies benefit most? Are there certain types of companies, industries that benefit most from picking up the phone and really connecting with their current database?
Sure. Again, I think that it really pertains to every single industry, but some of the top ones that you can think of, as I had mentioned before, insurance is a great one because immediately you're thinking of residual income. You're thinking of you have to keep those people on every 6 months, every year. But even the toughest industries where you don't have those clients that are repeat ones, say real estate, for example, those can still be really great ones because that's where your number one referral source is going to come from.
Absolutely. They all have children. They all have spheres of influence that they could be affected by if they so chose.
Exactly.
Okay, so Katie, how often should we be making these phone calls and connecting with our clients? What's a good schedule for follow-up?
Sure, that's a great question. I actually say run it quarterly. I think that that's the best way, you can kind of start thinking, okay, how am I going to reach out to them for the entire year? Let's break it down into quarterly, and then you can set yourself an assignment of, okay, now I have it quarterly, so let's figure out what I need to do weekly, which then becomes daily, and then it's something that is attainable. You're able to tackle that task because it's in bite-sized pieces.
All right, so one of the things that is pretty popular is we all go to events, trade show events, networking events, especially the trade shows, and we're collecting business cards, and we're collecting all these leads that we're going to follow up with after the trade show.
And then what happens?
They don't. They collect dust on your table. You know it's true.
Exactly. So I'm so glad that you mentioned that because right now, part of what I do is I'm doing something called the Trade Show Top 50. And basically what we do is we make it so that the last piece that should be on your checklist for a trade show, which is following up afterwards, can be done. So what we're able to do is, whether it's prospects or referral partners that you're collecting at trade shows, because you do obviously meet those businesses too, we can actually do that promotion for you. So $100, call the top 50 people and start building that relationship from ground one.
For $100?
$100.
You'll call 50 people for $100.
You got it.
Phone number, please.
Please.
720-255-6195.
Again.
720-255-6195.
Katie, you just blew our minds because you just said for $100, you're going to call 50 business cards and do that follow-up. Do you know how much money you stand to make on the other side? And you don't care, Katie, because if they make $1,000, $100,000, you made $100 and you did the heavy lifting for them.
Correct. Katie, is it a tough challenge for you to kind of get on board, and now you're representing you're representing the ABC company in these follow-up phone calls? Do you call as the ABC company, or do you call as Pure Communications?
I call as ABC company. Part of what I do and part of the passion that I have is actually creating that scripting, making it something that's valuable, that's different, makes it so it stands out. For a trade show, for example, let's make sure that we're mentioning something that stood out when they met you, and I'll call on your behalf, and they'll make it seem like we are doing the customer service for them.
So can I give you a testimonial?
You may.
I discovered that I have received a phone call from Katie on behalf of our friend Joe Langran, who was in a little bit earlier with Three Peaks Analytics. And I didn't know it was you. You were calling on behalf of Joe and his company, and I had received one of those phone calls, but I didn't put it together until months and months later in a conversation. And when you were talking about what you do, I think I've gotten a phone call from you.
When you're outsourcing your retention marketing, you really want somebody who's going to represent you seamlessly and flawlessly, and that's exactly what Pure Communications does. Give your contact information one more time, please, Katie.
You bet. You can reach me, of course, by phone at 720-255-6195. Again, that's 720-255-6195. Or you can go onto the website, which is www.purecomllc.com.
purecomllc.com, 720-255-6195. She will call 50 people for you from your trade show, your top 50, your trade show top 50. It's only $100. She can also train your staff to make these phone calls more effectively, because the worst thing is that your staff will actually pick up the phone, they'll take the time to call, and then do it poorly. And so bringing in somebody that's talking about retention marketing and training is key for your company. Katie, thanks so much for being on the show.
Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely nothing to lose. You've got to know, Katie. We're just going to sign this off. But you are a member of the Extreme Customer Service Directory as well. We know that you're going to give great customer service. So one more time with your phone number.
You bet. It's 720-255-6195.
Fantastic. We're going to talk about more of the members of the Extreme Customer Service Directory when we return. You're listening to Angel and Eric on the most positive business talk show in America.
The experienced pros are here to help you get your business right. To learn more, visit experiencepros.com.
You keep wondering about refinancing options. You know rates are low, but don't know how to go about getting the best rate and best type of loan for your situation. What do you even need to get started? Wonder no more. Go to CherylAnswers.com. Cheryl of ALMC Mortgage has put together a checklist of what you need to know and frequently asked questions when it comes to your mortgage. Get answers. Go to CherylAnswers.com. CherylAnswers.com.
LMB number 100020432. NMLS number 266695. You can check the licensing status of your mortgage loan originator at dora.state.co.us.
When you think of going to the dentist, it makes you uncomfortable and uptight. You recall the dark ages of dentistry. Weisbard Dental wants to change that image. Imagine being welcomed in a comfortable, beautiful, brand new dental office with digital x-rays, digital photos, being comforted throughout the entire process. At Weisbard Dental, you'll be treated while relaxing in their massage chairs. Make an appointment for Weisbard Dental at 303-773-3373. Check them out at weisbarddental.com. WEISBARD dental.com.
I'm Dr. Lee Weisbard, and I can make you smile.
You have a 401k and you keep hearing about ways to invest in real estate or precious metals. At Diverse Retirement Solutions, they've developed a plan that will help you do just that, and you can take back control of your retirement funds with checkbook control and no annual fees. Find out how by going to diverseretirementsolutions.com or calling them at 970-316-2099. That's 970-316-2099. Don't wait another day to take control of your retirement funds. Put them to work for you today. Diverse Retirement Solutions, 970-316-2099.
Your photographs are your treasures. Your art collection means something to you, and that jersey you won in that silent auction is providing you with tons of bragging rights, so it matters to you where you have it framed. Trust your framing to the experts at Frame the Art, the experts with heart. What matters to you matters to Frame the Art. Don't drop your treasures off at a warehouse. Call Frame the Art, 303-722-1525, 303-722-1525, located just north of Dartmouth on South Broadway in Englewood. Frame the Art. It matters.
If you're ready to get serious about your health, then experience the BioTE difference. BioTE Medical's all-natural testosterone pellet therapy is the safest and most effective way to increase your testosterone levels. Testosterone therapy not only improves your energy and libido, but also protects against heart disease, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, and prostate cancer. Go to BioTEmedical.com to find a BioTE certified practitioner near you. That's BioTE Medical.com.
Are you an expert? At Experience Pros, we feature the best in business, and we're looking for industry experts to share tips with our audience. If you're an expert who offers great customer service and you'd like to be a part of the Experience Pros radio show, click on the radio interview request at experiencepros.com. We want our audience to hear from you. Go to experiencepros.com and fill out the radio interview request and start spreading the news that you're going to be on the radio.
This is Jason Worley. Join Ken Clark and I from 5 to 7 p.m. to find out how government could be affecting your business. Obamacare, endless regulation, and the possibilities of even more restrictive and intrusive laws. Find out how what's going on in our nations and state capitals could impact you and your business. It's Grassroots Radio Colorado from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on KLZ 560 The Source. Now back to Eric and Angel on the Experience Pros radio show.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people in business.
I got my mind set on you. Got my mind set on you.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show with Angel and Eric. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join us for ours. One of the things I love the most about our radio show is that it is so dynamically interactive.
Well, it's almost like I have a bat signal that I
Right.
put up into the sky, mentioning that I was having trouble with some photos syncing between my phone and my Facebook page, and couldn't figure out how to turn it off. And I got an email from our friend Brad Binkley with Binkley IT Consulting.
Rockstar.
Oh my gosh! It says, I heard you on the radio and thought I would create a quick video for you on how to turn off your iPhone Facebook photo syncing. He created a video for me, and then gave me the checklist, seven step by step of how to do it. I just love that. I just love that. People that are givers, one of the things we talk about, how to be a success and how to, kind of the 8 steps of a highly successful entrepreneur. And one of them is to be a giver and help others. Brad heard my cry, my bat signal went out into the airwaves, and I got a 22-second video from Brad.
That's the kind of folks you find on our Extreme Customer Service Directory. Binkley IT is one of them. And I'll tell you something, thank you. Thank you for being a part of the revolution. We are changing the way people treat people in business, and Brad Binkley is doing it in real time. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I love that. I just love that. Gina, who we had shared her blog, Gina Schreck, we had shared her blog earlier on the show, and so she was part of that conversation.
Absolutely.
She came to the rescue as well. Here's the thing. When you call somebody on our Extreme Customer Service Directory and you say, I found you on the Extreme Customer Service Directory.
Right.
Think about how they're going to respond to you. That.
Next.
Yeah,
No.
we don't have time for you.
Heck no. They're going to be like, oh, you did? Oh, that's fantastic. How may I serve you today with Extreme Customer Service? And that's exactly what happens over at Colorado Real Estate Finance Group and Adam Smith.
Also at Colorado Car Hunter. Find them at coloradocarhunter.com. Rich Kathanik.
Nick Williams serves his customers with Extreme Customer Service over at Country Financial and Nick Williams.
DC Farmers Insurance with our friend Sam Smith.
And Denver Carpet and Flooring with John DeWeese.
I love that. I love that. How about if you're looking for a home, our friend Pamela Meyer, Denver Home Navigators, especially if you're right-sizing in that stage of life.
Absolutely. And if that home has garage doors, you need to know Dawn over at Dawn's Garage Doors.
And Georgia Priestley with Emergency Response Institute.
Every small company needs a little bit of help with their HR department. Why not outsource it to Employer Essentials, employeressentials.com.
And this weekend, you're going to get to see his work if you're participating in the Success Unleashed Summit from Encore Events and Entertainment. Our friend Jeff Fernandez will be there.
Absolutely. Want to DJ? That's a place to go. You can find all of those businesses and so many others at experiencepros.com/directory, the Extreme Customer Service Directory. And if you offer extreme customer service, we want to know you. So come on and join our revolution. We'd love to have that happen with you.
You can meet all of the members of the Extreme Customer Service, well, many of the members at the Extreme Customer Service Directory. We're hosting a visibility event tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night
at Purple Ginger 2, the Asian fusion restaurant on the corner of Dry Creek and I-25. We'll be there from 6 p.m. Check it out on our social media calendar. You can click on the Meetup tab right from our Experience Pros Facebook page or website.
Exactly right. Hey, you've all seen them. You've probably laughed at them. You may have used them in your business. And we're talking about infographics. You know, those colorful little things that give us a visual for the content that you're trying to create. Have you ever made one? It's not as hard as you think it is. Here are a couple of really super tips.
Have you ever made one?
I actually have.
It looks really
They're not like
hard.
these. No. It's not. Doesn't have to be hard. Now you've got some people who are designers who go the extra mile and get all that kind of cool stuff. But here are some
I would never think to do this.
Here's some really cool tips. First of all, graphics are nothing more than telling a story. So think like comic books. Page by page, you tell the story. What's the big idea? How do you connect the dots? How do you follow through?
Do you read
and
comic
what evidence?
books? Have you read?
It's been a long time, but I do own an original Spider-Man, and I own the #1 original Superman. I will be rich someday.
Yeah, I never got into comic books. But all right, I do get the idea of like comic strips, like from the newspaper. I could
That's
maybe
exactly
like that.
it. Frame by frame, you're telling a story. That's all.
Okay.
All right. Give it a little style. You know, anything that's visually appealing and balanced and consistent will actually create a trend for your audience in enjoying the style that you've put into it.
So kind of a theme.
Make it, you know, if you were going along the superhero theme, you know.
Because I've seen some, maybe is it all like the colors or the...
Absolutely. All of those things are consistent with a style.
Yeah, I'm not creative like this.
Well, I'm here to help.
Yeah, all right.
All right. Put digestible, bite-sized chunks of information. And,
that I can help you with.
And keep it
Because Eric's
simple.
infographic would be, like, long. Lots of content and information, but I'll help you with the bite-sized chunks of information.
There you go.
Okay.
Keep it
Finally,
simple.
something I could do. Ooh, I can do that. I can get to do the keep it simple part.
All right, stick to one style. Make sure that your images and photos and your graphics all fit that style. Be consistent. Limit your fonts. Respect your color palette. Hello, right? Don't go getting all crazy on the color side. And remember, white space is powerful.
White space.
Absolutely. You don't want to put too much information on this. This is an infographic.
Okay, they're really long though, so I think that they don't always get the idea that less is more.
They're not always long, just some of them are long, and therein lies an issue. You need to make sure that the size fits the medium.
Okay.
Right?
All right, yeah.
So let's just talk Pinterest. You know that girls network? Here's what you need to know about Pinterest.
Oh, these are fun on Pinterest, actually.
Ideal horizontal width is now 735 pixels. Don't go wider. Otherwise, you will oversize, and you're going to have people resizing your graphics. And then keep it under 5,000 pixels in height. It's basically a 1:5 ratio.
This is what I heard. Blah, 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 pixels.
Oh, well, let me put it in terms that you'll understand. Size matters.
Oh, I know that it does.
All right, there you go. How about this? You want to make sure that you put in a few statistics. You know, you don't have to put it in a big
Can I make them up on the spot? Because,
67% of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
No, put in some statistics. Make sure that you check your facts.
Do you have to do it in a pie graph?
No, in fact, if you do it in a graph that looks like a city with the buildings being the different heights of your whatnot, so much the better.
Yeah, no, see, I love the graphics. I love being around the creative people that can put together something like this. I just don't have it.
Optimize your graphic for sharing. That is to say, make sure that it fits in a Facebook size or a LinkedIn size or a Pinterest size within the realms of those sizings, so they don't have to be resized, they don't get all out of shape, and you're not cut off. And I hate it when somebody uploads a graphic, including myself, and on Facebook and find out that the graphic looks absolutely nothing like what I wanted to upload. It's only cut off like a third of it. You got to make sure it's sized right. Make it optimized for share.
Size matters.
Size does matter.
Yeah.
And then key for all infographics, source. If you go onto the interweb and find something that you want to talk about and you cite it on your infographic, you must source it. Let people know where you got your information.
Well, and I think one little step further is confirm that it's true.
Confirm your facts. Absolutely. The last thing you want is somebody to come up and sit there and say, excuse me, Snopes.com.
How embarrassing is that? And we all get trapped in that, right? And I do too. Very often I'll see it. I always, whenever I see somebody's posted something, I try to read through the comments to make sure it didn't get Snoped.
Right. Snopes.com is your friend. And so there you have it. Well, there you go. There's 7 great tips for creating powerful infographics from Angel and Eric on the Experience Pros Radio Show, thanks to an article we found on entrepreneur.com by Donna Moritz. Now, on behalf of Charlie, our producer, and Angel and myself, and all the people that make the Experience Pros Radio Show happen every day, we say thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing the show. And thank you for being a part of our revolution. You get to have a great rest of the day now because we've kicked it off just right for you. Give somebody a 20-second kiss. I'm not talking about locking lips. That sounds for kindness is so simple.
This has been the Experience Pros Radio Show with business revolutionaries Angel Tussey and Eric Raymer. For more information, you can contact Experience Pros by calling 720-344-2446 or visit them on the web at experiencepros.com, facebook.com/experiencepros, and twitter.com/experiencepros. What are you waiting for? Join the revolution.